Guys, so right now we will work with some materials which will help you to study English. West, North, East, South. I love shopping. I like going to the cinema. I don't mind getting up early. I don't like doing housework. I hate driving at night. My flat is in a quiet street in a residential area of Budapest. It's on the third floor. There are two bedrooms, a living room, a bathroom, and a light, pretty kitchen. One bedroom is big, and one is a study with a sofa bed. The kitchen is small, but there's a table and chairs, so you can eat there. There's a great view from the balcony. You can see the city lights in the evening and the sunrise in the morning. There isn't a garden, but the flat is very near a beautiful park, and Gellert Hill is also quite near. The flat is a 15-minute walk from Buda Castle and only 5 stops by bus from the historic city center. My favorite day. My favorite day of the week is Saturday because it's the first day of the week. I get up very early during the week, so on Saturday it's nice to get up late and I always stay in bed until about 10:30. Then I usually go shopping with a friend. In Spain, a lot of shops are closed on Sundays, so Saturday is the only day for shopping. We don't always buy something, but we have fun just looking. I often have lunch at my mother's house with her and my brother. It's great because my mom is a really good cook. She always makes things we like, and my brother and I have time to talk about our week. After lunch, I sometimes study from about 4 to 6, especially if I have exams. In the evening, I usually go out with my friends. We often go to the cinema, and after that, we have a pizza or tapas. I never go to bed before 1 o'clock or sometimes later. Fiona's profile. Hometown. I'm from Manchester, but I live in London. Occupation. I'm a web designer. I work for an international company. Languages. I speak English and a little Italian. I like pop and classical music. I don't like opera or jazz. I like action films. I love the old James Bond films. I don't watch a lot of TV, but I like American series. I don't watch football or other sports. I go to the gym after work. Read the reviews of Pizza West once, which review is most positive and which is most negative. I go here quite often because it's very near my flat. The pizza is okay and it's really good value. The atmosphere is great, perfect for a Friday or Saturday night. It's very popular, but if you don't mind waiting, you can usually get a table or book online. Very expensive. In most pizza places, we usually pay about £10 for a pizza. Here, it's £15 for more or less the same thing. The food is fine, but we definitely aren't going to eat there again. We've been here a lot and we always enjoy it. The menu is very good and they have great starters as well as pizzas. We went yesterday for an early dinner with our 3-year-old daughter and they really made us feel at home. And they produced a delicious birthday cake for her. Great food, friendly waiters, fantastic atmosphere. We booked a table, but when we got there, they asked us to sit with a lot of other people at a big table. We didn't want to because there were only 2 of us. Then they asked us to wait until a different table was free, so we waited at the bar for 45 minutes. But I recommend it because the food is excellent. The pizza here isn't the best I've tasted, but it's okay. And the salads are delicious. The service is a bit slow and the place is very busy. It can often be really noisy. However, the atmosphere is great and it's obviously popular. Not a place for a romantic dinner, it's more of a fun, exciting place. Hi, I'm Steph, a traveler from Germany with a passion for travel, food, and photography. During my studies, I worked in the Canary Islands and in Argentina, and I studied for 2 semesters in the UK. After I finished, I decided that I didn't want to work for the rest of my life. I was 21 and I couldn't imagine sitting in an office for the next 40 years and more. So I decided to go to Australia on a working holiday visa. First, I worked for 6 months in Germany because I needed to save some money. I went to Sydney at the end of 2011. I spent Christmas on St. Kilda Beach in Melbourne. I worked in a pub and then I traveled all over Australia and New Zealand. After coming back, I got a job as a project assistant in an IT company, an office job. I was happy to have a routine again, but I spent all my holidays traveling to Amsterdam, Istanbul, Portugal, Switzerland, Chile, Prague, and Morocco. Some months passed, but finally I realized what I wanted to do with my life, at least for now. Having experiences is very important to me, more important than working in an office all week to pay for a flat that I hardly ever spend time in, and to buy things I don't really need. 3 months ago, I left my job. I decided to work in different jobs, sometimes here, sometimes abroad, sometimes as a volunteer, sometimes for money. I have a lot of dreams and I want to make them come true. My dreams. At the beginning of every year, I make a bucket list of 100 things I would like to do. These are some of them. You can probably do them in your country. You don't need to travel. Put a secret in a balloon and let it fly away. Go on holiday with my best friend. Take a photo every day for a year. Learn to windsurf. Ride a horse on the beach. Learn to play the guitar. Learn a new language. Read one book every week. Run through a field of flowers. Learn to dive and take underwater photos. Go for a walk in the summer rain. Go to a festival or an outdoor concert. Explore my hometown. Do karaoke. Make my best friend's dream come true. Do something that scares me. Cook all the recipes in a cookbook. Culture shock. Things I didn't know until I got here. What was a surprise for you when you came to live in America? Lena from Ukraine. When I eat out with my husband or friends, we usually share because food portions are huge and we don't want all that food. But you can take home everything you don't eat, and I like that. In the winter, you often see people in the street or on the subway who are wearing just a t-shirt when it's really cold outside. Rahim from Pakistan. When people speak to their boss and to their teachers, they call them by their first name. They do the same to old people too, even when they don't know them well. It doesn't seem polite to me. My husband is from Ecuador, and when he first arrived, he was really surprised by his salary. As a chef, he could earn enough money to pay bills, buy food, pay rent, have a good social life, and buy luxuries like our Xbox. In Quito, he worked 15 hours a day and more at the weekend, and he earned half the money. Why I eat the same thing every day. Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, and Albert Einstein have one thing in common. They all wear or wore more or less the same clothes every day. Why? Because if you wear the same clothes every day, you don't waste time choosing what to wear. I decided to copy them, but with my diet, so I eat the same food every day. This is what I have. Breakfast, a cup of black coffee. Lunch, some smoked salmon, an avocado, and some cream cheese on a piece of bread. Dinner, some bacon, 2 eggs, some cheese, and some green vegetables. The good thing about this plan for me is that I spend less time and money buying food, and I also never need to worry if my diet is healthy or not, because I know it is. Now you're probably thinking, he's sure to get tired of eating the same food every day. Well, after about a year, I can promise you that I'm not. I change my meals a bit by having different kinds of cheese and using different herbs and spices. I also change the vegetables that I have for dinner. I had a fantastic New Year's Eve in Iceland in 2013. First, we went to a real expensive restaurant for dinner. It was early, about 6 o'clock, because that's when people have dinner in Iceland. I wore a lovely dress, but after dinner we got a taxi back to the hotel and I put on boots on a warm jacket and a warm jacket. Then we went out and watched the amazing fireworks. Suddenly, at about 10 o'clock, everyone went home to watch TV. There's this famous program they always watch on New Year's Eve. It was really strange. The streets were empty for a bit. But then, just before midnight, people came out again and danced and drank till about 5 o'clock in the morning. It was incredible. Last March, Adam and his girlfriend, India, who live in Manchester, decided to go to Ibiza on holiday. India's stepfather booked the tickets for them with Ryanair. He needed Adam's surname. He wasn't sure what it was, so he looked on Facebook. The name on Adam's page was Adam West, and he booked the tickets in that name to fly on 11th of June. The superstar, the superstar DJ David Guetta. I wake up at about 1 p.m. and the first thing I do is go outside. I live in Ibiza and I like having breakfast in the sun. I usually have fruit juice, eggs, fruit, and tea. I never drink coffee. After breakfast, I answer my emails for an hour, then I go to the gym. I never listen to music in the house or even in the car because music is my job. On a typical day, I spend 2 or 3 hours in my studio, then another 4 hours at a nightclub. My work starts in the evening. I usually have dinner in a restaurant and then go to the club. I try to have a normal life, but my job isn't normal. I arrive at a club like a secret agent. I go in through the black I go in through the back door and security takes me to the stage. I finish work at 4 o'clock in the morning. Security takes me out and then I go home. After about 4 hours playing music, I'm very excited. My manager says, go home and sleep, but that's impossible. First, I need to calm down. When I get home, I have a cup of tea, brush my teeth, and say, thank you for this wonderful life. I'm 47 now, but I want to do this when I'm 60 or 80. I want to do this forever. Mariam Jahangiri, originally from Iran, is one of the only women professors of cardiac surgery in Europe. She does more than 300 operations a year. She lives in London with her husband and their 17-year-old son, Darius. Can you describe your daily routine? I get up between 6 and 6:30 a.m. I get to work at 7, and my meetings usually start at 7:30. After that, I don't have a break. I have lunch at my desk. I often do 2 operations a day and also have lectures and more meetings. At home, I have dinner with my son. Between 9:30 and 11:30 p.m., I do research and watch the news on TV. 1 or 2 nights a week, I'm on call, so I probably need to do operations during the night. I often work at weekends too, but that's okay. I think I have a fantastic life because I love my work. How do you balance work with your family life? I spend a lot of time with my son. I want him to learn about hard work and good values and want to be an example for him. My husband is away a lot, but we speak on the phone every day. I think one reason why I'm successful in my professional life is because he isn't at home all the time. What do you do to relax? I play the piano for an hour every day, late at night. I think it helps me with my operations. It's technical in the same way. I also go to the hairdresser twice a week. I do a lot of my research there. They turn the music off for me and use the time to read, and I use the time to read all my academic papers. What foreigners who live in Britain think? In Turkey, we work hard and our jobs are important for us. British people don't work like that. They only want to finish work and go home. I don't like the weather. 1 minute is hot and the next it rains. It changes all the time. And I don't like the food. Potatoes, potatoes, potatoes. The British are friendly. People in the street often call me love, sweetheart, and darling. It makes me happy. In the UK, women have a lot of freedom. In my country, if I want to go to the bank, I take my brother and he does everything for me. Here, I do everything. I like the weather here. I love days when it rains or it's cold. It's so different from the weather in Oman. That people are also nice and friendly. I love the UK. Why? Because I like the culture, the art, the history. I also love the beautiful scenery, for example in Cornwall and in Scotland. The only things I don't like about the UK are the weather and the food. I really don't like fish and chips. Okay, so we can finish for now. Put a like to this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.